1924, I stared him out of that harmonica that he played on his lunch hour. And he says, "Here, kid, I think you want this more than I do." And so a hand reaches out, and it's my mother's. She says, "You don't play this thing until I boil it." So when you get a Les Paul guitar, it's been boiled. And anyhow, if it wasn't for later years where I formed a trio in Chicago, I packed the car with the other two guys, and everybody helped us pack, including Gene Autry and many other, those are hotshots, and many other people that were in country in Chicago. And I was a country musician at that time, and I loved jazz, so I wanted to be like Coleman Hawkins. I wanted to be like Earl Hines or Fletcher Anderson. So we flipped a coin, and the coin landed New York. So I assured Ernie Newton and Jimmy Atkins that we have no problem coming to New York, that I was a very dear friend of Paul Whiteman's, who I never met. When we get to New York, we're washing our clothes out at the Chesterfield Hotel. And the two guys come to me and they said, "Jimmy," and Ernie said, come to me and said, "We have Paul Whiteman's phone number. Do you want to go downstairs and call him?" Well, this was it. So I got Paul Whiteman on the phone, his secretary, and his secretary says, "We're not looking for any talent." So I hung up, and my friend says, "What are we going to do?" And he says, "Come right over." we were at 40 Chesterfield Hotel, 47th Street, I guess, 48th Street. So we walked over to 53rd and Broadway, went upstairs, and we saw Paul Whiteman. It was a warm, hot day, and he was sitting there in his chair looking out at Broadway. And the secretary closed the door so that we couldn't get in. And we're standing out in the hallway, and out of the men's room came Fred Waring. And I says, "Are you Mr. Fred Waring?" He says, "Yes, I am, but I'm not looking for any more Pennsylvanians." And I says, "Well, I have a trio here, and could we play till the elevator got up to the floor?" And he says, "Well, there's nothing in the union rule that stops you from doing that." And so we played for him, and he says, "Get in the elevator." And we got in the elevator, and we went down to Fred Waring's floor. His place was being renovated, so he was using Paul Whiteman's bathroom. And if it wasn't for me being a very lucky person, that goes for the other two guys too. But we went down there and we played. Fred Waring stopped the rehearsal and he says, "I found something." And he says, "It's the Mozart string trio." I says, "It's the Ozark string trio."